Tony Hawk, Until the Wheels Fall Off. Official trailer reaction, and I'm going to give my review because I watched it without even knowing about this trailer. Let's get into it.
I always felt a little misplaced. But I'd found this thing that I loved, and I had so much more to prove. Whenever I would go, people would just be booing.
The crowd was pretty rough.
You do it weird.
He skated as if he was being operated by a puppeteer.
It reminded me that I can't even fit into the skateboard world.
But the control he had was insane.
I was obsessed, and I became a machine.
That was the beginning of his launch to become Tony Hawk.
I was just thrust into adulthood. I never thought I'd be famous, but it's the worst drug.
Watching Tony learn is more interesting than watching him land tricks.
I was truly alone and had to go make a change. I had not figured out how to be a husband or father because I didn't know how to live in my own skin.
Tony is always competing against Tony. That's all just guts.
It inspires us to do something different.
I'm still trying to figure this out, and I never wanted to back down from the challenge. I'm not going to quit.
Man, when I tell you I watched it twice because, you know, I looked at, everybody looked at Tony Hawk as revered. Everybody, when you hear skateboarding, the word skateboarding is synonymous with the name Tony Hawk. And for a lot of us in my generation who didn't skate, saw skateboarding, knew skateboarding, but I just didn't skate. I, rollerbladed, did everything else, but did skateboard. A lot of people I know did skateboard. I didn't. But when that Tony Hawk game came out, this took me into that world of skateboarding, and I was hooked. I was so hooked into skateboarding and just playing that game of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1, and then they upped the ante later on to Pro Skater 2. And I was like, man, this dude Tony Hawk got all the tricks, and then you start seeing them at the X Games on ESPN. I think it was ESPN, yeah, it was just ESPN because they didn't even have ESPN 2. And then I used to watch, BMX, Matt Huffman, and Tony Hawk on the skateboard. And everyone talked about the 900. And I was like, what's the 900? And it's like, oh, you have to do 5 flips. And I was like, he can do that on the skateboard? And I only did it with the cheat code. And actually seeing him do it, I was like, man, this dude is one of the greatest to ever do it. I feel like if skateboarding now is the first time in the Olympics that we've seen skateboarding as an Olympic game, because so many people around the world do it. And if you would have had skateboarding back when Tony Hawk was doing it, even as a youngster, Tony Hawk would be the most decorated probably Olympian other than Michael Phelps as it is to swimming. Tony Hawk would have had just that amount of skateboarding, because other than, you're doing it every 4 years, this dude did it. He's still in his 50s. He's still doing it. Like, Tony Hawk could still be competing in the Olympic Games. He probably will. And that's the craziest thing is he probably will go. It's like, I want to be in the Olympics. Can I go? What's the age limit of being in the Olympics? Don't think you really have any. Let's try it. You know what I'm saying? But watching this documentary, you hear from the other skaters of that time and just how he was always that awkward, weird kid. Then his dad, very controlling in the Navy, even created the National Skateboard NSA, I think, like the Alliance or something like that. So it's that really put skateboarding just on the map. Like, you go through this alliance or this council, and this how you book all skateboarding events, from here to overseas. You go through this, and I feel like that casted a huge shadow on Tony Hawk. Like, oh, it's his kid. You know, he's trying to make sure that his kid gets the best, and stuff like that. And not seeing Tony Hawk for the gifted person he was, but just even in this trailer, you seen him talk about, oh man, he skate like he was a puppeteer. It was all weird. A lot of other skaters at the time when Tony was starting, but they were already in it from the 70s, and it was always that rebellious thing to do was skateboard, from the 70s and 80s, and that's what you did. And here's, Tony Hawk just kind of different, like, I just like skating and I'm gonna keep doing it, type of guy. So you could tell that, the rebellious kids hated him. So I remember it was Christian Leitner or something, not Leitner, but Christian something, I forgot. But everybody was really like rocking with him. He was like #1 at the time. He was killing it. Even the home turf of Del Mar, which is Tony Hawk's home skate park, where he always skates and does competitions, they were booing Tony Hawk. I'll just never forget. I was like, oh my gosh, that's what did it. That's what did it right there. That was the time where he just came out, killed it. Where he walked out there like 12 years old. He's 12, bro. Like, he's 12 years old, 12 or 15, something like that. And these people just booing him at your home skate park. Like, this is where you come skate practice, they just booing you. Like, yep, you suck. Like, why are you going to try to go against the best? And he went out there and just hearing what he was saying was like, all right, they're booing me, they hate me. I'm going to just skate for myself. I'm going to just skate for, this is what I do. And I'm going to show them. It wasn't about them. It was about, in that moment, he realized, man, ain't nobody really going to stop me from what I'm doing. So just go out there and do what I do. And they showed their whole routine. Oh my, crisp. 12 years, like crisp tricks. He's doing, because old boy, they liked old boy because he was always with the tricks, making them ooh, ah. And Tony Hawk was basically kind of, doing almost this quote unquote safe stuff. And then you just start seeing Tony Hawk just whoosh, whoosh, crisp, on time, control his tricks, kill. Everybody was like, oh, dang. Even at the end, they were cheering. Oh, dang. Yeah, you got that. You know what I'm saying? And ever since then, this man just really took off and became Tony Hawk, the one that we know. And just watching him, even in the beginning of the documentary, trying to hit the 900 again, it took him so many tries. And even fast forwarding, just the things that he did in his life, personally, and that's why he said, fame is the worst drug, because it brought out the worst in him, as far as, not being that family man as he should be, and just always gone type of thing. And then even it played a huge factor on Riley, which is his son, they had to get the worst of all of that. And I mean, when you're way later on in life, you really like, dang, I really messed that up. That's the #1 thing I wish I can, it's a huge regret for him, as you can see. So, but, he kind of getting it right in his later years. And that's why I said, I'm telling myself some of the things he had to go through, because he was always just basically, not saying by himself, but by himself. All his siblings are way older than him. So it was just, he was always just kind of like by himself. So it's really cool to see who so many people idolize wasn't an idol back. Like, no one ever saw it. You know what I'm saying? Like, a couple people did, but no one really saw the greatest skater of all time, just until he kept going. And that's what I said. I hear a lot of times for a lot of famous athletes or people who got a real gift is they always use the word, I became a machine. Like, I became a machine. Like, I just became this machine that you could tell they didn't like, but they went against themselves to just push harder. And that's something that I'm seeing with almost every GOAT, every athlete that's just up there regarded as the best of the best. That's what they all say. And he's no different from that. But when you just got that gift and you just worked, a thing that I really love was just watching that X Games, and they showed the whole entire time of him trying to hit the 900, and he hit it. Everybody went crazy. I was like, man, he did something that no one has ever done, and people witnessed it on TV. I kid you not, I remember X Games because I really faithfully used to watch X Games because of Tony Hawk and Matt Huffman. Like, I was just like, those were it. That was the time. That was the time. I really enjoyed this. I give this documentary a good, solid 10 out of 10. I really hope you guys watch this. I really, really do. So, you guys enjoyed my reaction to Tony Hawk's Until the Wheels Fall Off official trailer reaction and review. Subscribe to my channel. Post, comment down below, and like the video. It's your boy, D Dyson. Peace.